Hello everyone, my name is Sheffrey and welcome back for episode 22 of the Satisfactory series here on YouTube. In this video, we're back to the factory with part 1 of our first motor production, giving us 15 motors per minute, covering all our crafting needs. Thank you for all the support and help with the series so far. Let's get to playing games. Alright, it's episode 22, it's back to building. We're going to do 15 motors per minute in our first ever, I don't know, larger, call it a medium-sized factory. How about that? So I'm actually going to try breaking it up into some different rooms. We're going to have the smelting room, a room full of constructors making wire and pipes, another room full of assemblers making stators and rotors, and then we're going to send those probably upstairs. If not, then just to another room making the actual motors. This is going to be using, I believe, a couple different alternate recipes. The one being the steel rotors, where it basically turns it to where stators and rotors have the exact same recipe. So it's a nice, super easy setup. And you guys also may notice it looks a little bit more colorful, maybe a little bit different here on the in our home section. I just wanted to play around with some of the colored lighting. I thought it looked pretty cool. I also did end up adding in just a handful of vehicles here in a little sort of parking section. I did fill in just a tiny bit more of the aesthetics from last episode. I got a little carried away offline, but I think it's starting to look pretty good. It's starting to fill in a little more. I'll take you guys over quickly to the Hall of Legends here. And if we come on inside, you can now see I have changed the flooring all to the coated concrete, so it's reflective. I did start adding in some lights up above as well. And then I also built this weird display case sort of thing. I don't really know what I'm doing with it, but I thought it just looked cool and it took up some space, so I built that. Yeah. Anyway, let's head on over to, I'm going to start off by tearing down the very first coal plant we did. I think it's over here somewhere. By this little pond. And it'll give me great pleasure to take that down because that was the cause of our first mistake video here in the series. Yeah, we're going to start by tearing that down. This whole build that we're going to use, or that we're going to do for motors, is only going to need 225 coal per minute, 225 iron per minute, and 210 copper per minute. And then once we get over there, I should probably just do it now. I'll go over what we're going to need for the build. Let's go. 22 constructors. Production. I need 22 of you. I need 15 assemblers. Good lordy, this is going to take up a lot of space. We need 7 smelters. 7 whole smelters. And then 5 foundries. I also am going to need to add 2 miners to the mix over there. I can just boost the coal miner a little bit. That's over there a little bit more. And then I'm also going to need a miner for the iron and a miner for the copper. So I think that's mostly what we're going to need for now. I mean, obviously you're going to need some storage bins. Oh, right, the truck station as well. Let me add that into the list. Now I may break this up into a 2-parter of an episode because this might be one of the bigger builds we've started to do so far. And I think as we go forward, some of these bigger builds will get broken up into multiple episodes, especially if we're going to do like any sort of like decorating. Maybe like one episode will be do the factory layout, and the next episode can be actually build the factory itself. So we're going to transport, add in truck station to the mix. So things we're going to need here on the side. Need quite a bit of things actually. So we'll gather all these up and then I will meet you guys over by the original coal factory. And we're only going to lose, what was it, 600 megawatts, so it's not a big deal. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. We made it. The old coal factory, or old coal plant, whatever you want to call it. So we're going to go ahead and tear all of this down. I'm going to tear down these water lines as well. I'm actually going to leave them set up there for now because I was thinking this would be a good spot to pump out a bunch of wet concrete because there's just a bunch of limestone nodes chilling here in this hole. And there's another one right there. So I figure if we combine all those together with the water that's sitting right here, not doing much of anything at the moment, we could pump out, I think it was about 800 concrete per minute, which is just a ton of concrete. But anyway, yeah, let's go ahead and get tearing this down, and then we'll go from there. I'll show you guys quickly the nodes that we're going to end up using for the build. The copper one is right here. We got a normal copper right there. And then I have the iron ore over here. We're going to pump that up from down below. I'm basically going to build it right here. The whole factory will kind of take up this general area right here. And then the coal we'll bring down from up above. We'll ship it down. I should be able to just upgrade this splitter line to give me the 225 that I'm actually going to need. I think this is only using 120 right now. Yeah, it's only using 120, so we're going to change that to 225. All right, let the teardown begin. All right, destruction completed. So I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start building out kind of how the factory layout's going to be. And so I kind of want to just go a little bit further over here. We should get ourselves a lookout tower here at some point. Or I suppose this is up there is just really realistically a lookout tower. I'll just give myself some ramps up and down there. No, zoop. There we go. So this way I can get a good overhead view of where we're building. I don't know what these are blocking, but oh, it sounds like a power slug. Probably buried in there somewhere. Okay, so iron's down there. Copper's right there. Coal is going to come from there. So we're aiming to take up this general section. Oh. Ow. Oh, that was close. I almost died. We're aiming to take up this general area right here. And so obviously there's a few trees and bushes and stuff in the way. However, I think I'm going to build up just a little bit higher than we currently are right now. So that I wanted to give myself not necessarily a logistics floor, but like a basement to send the products from room to room. So as you can see from our to-do list, I wanted to build these in different rooms. So I want to build it so you can see everything that's going on in the room, see all the action that's going on. But then, so say the wire and pipe, when it's done, it just gets sent underneath the hallway to the next room, like the stators and rotors, and then everything starts up in there. So you still see most of everything. And I also have what is it, the glass? I have the glass floors now, which are, I guess you do roofs, and then you can change them to the glass material. So we can try doing that too, so you can actually see this stuff going from room to room. I think that would be really cool. So let's get started by taking out a bunch of the vegetation, probably just the trees, and then we'll figure out like what layer we're going to build on from there. So you can either use chainsaw, you can use bombs. I'm probably going to use a mixture of both, just so we can clear things out of the way. And I'll see you guys back when we're done that. All right, trees are cleared. There's still some bushes and stuff left, but those should be okay. Like I said, we're going to end up building up above a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my, what do you call it? My blueprint for, is it 4x4 pad? Yeah. Okay. So we're going to use these once I've set up a couple little pieces here. And then we're going to, actually, I think I'm going to fill in just a bottom layer of this concrete. I'm going to fill it out just as like one little flat area. That'll be like our basement. And then we'll go up 2 from there, and then we'll put in the actual floors that I want to do. So I'm going to grab a bunch of foundations. These are all 4 meters, and then we'll just start zooming them out. I don't know. I fumbled over my words there. zooping them out and just kind of filling in this area to give us a base to work on. And I think the smelting room could kind of be more here towards the back. And that way we just kind of loop the copper around, the iron and the coal just kind of come down right there. So hopefully filling this in, we will actually be able to have just a nice flat surface. Something like that. I honestly don't really know how big this is going to have to be. Obviously with 22 constructors, 15 assemblers, it's going to be a decent amount of space. Nope. Stop doing that. Okay, I think that should be a good enough giant concrete pad to work from for now. I think that'll work plenty fine as a basement for sure. So now I'm going to want to put 2 4-meter walls going up. Let's go ahead and grab walls. It's our basic walls. 2. That'll give us enough room to put things underneath. And we will go to foundations, just 1-meter foundations. I think, right? Oh wait, no, because I wanted to put should I do it with the 4x4 concrete pad? Oh wait, no, that's a 4 deep. Okay. I'll just do it with the 2s. Okay, that's nice. So it actually worked out. The level that I'm building this at is actually the same level as that is over there. So we'll be able to just move our coal right across here. And then we'll have to worry about bringing the iron up as well as the copper. But I think this could be the smelting room. So I have to have room for 7 smelters and 5 foundries. Now I feel like I may as well do the foundries more down here, as this is where we're going to be making the steel. So I think what I'll do is, you know, making sure we have enough room around just in case I need to add more. But what I want to do is I'm going to leave some space on the inside, and then we'll start adding in our foundries. Make sure we get these in a good spot. Yeah, let's do it like that. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So those are all our foundries, and they are all running at 100%, making steel ingots. I haven't actually used the solid steel ingot recipe yet, although some people have said it is definitely a lot better. You just gotta, you know, actually set up the line of, I'd have to add in some extra smelters first, but let's go steel ingot. Okay, so that's all my steel foundry set up. Now I need to do 7 smelters, all for the copper. So I'm going to zoop some more platforms going down this way. The copper comes from right there. Nice, we're really close to it actually. So we can kind of just bring it up into this side. We'll set up the 7 smelters. I'll give myself a little bit of a gap here. I think actually what I'll do is I'll build 8 smelters, and then I'll just downclock 2 of them just so I get a nice even split. And I can do it like this. So we have 1, 2. I need more floor. We have 4 there. And where did I put these ones? And the line. Right there. Okay, so 1. Let's get some more flooring in here again. 2, 3, 4. Does this just take up more room? Would it make more sense to put them right next to each other? Maybe. It'll be fine. It'll just be a spacious factory. Okay, so that'll be all. That would be the smelting room completed, technically. I think I left a lot of space in between, but then I gotta remember I'm gonna have to combine all these together, so. Let's add in all of our mergers here. I'm gonna put them right. I'm gonna make sure they're facing away from me. Put them right here. And then I'm going to send them. I think this is where I may send them all underground. So this is the. It'll be the steel. Yeah, okay, so everything's going to be fed to a room full of constructors now. So let's go splitters in the middle here. Just like that. We're going to feed all those machines with Mark 1 belts. And it can just be a Mark 3 conveyor belt feeding down the middle. Because it's going to be 210 copper. Why won't this come out straight? What's happening? Or is that straight? I think that is straight. I'm just looking at it weird. Yeah, it is. Okay. So that'll be where the copper feeds in. I don't know why that looked so weird to me. Merger's over here. Facing the right way? It is. Okay. Mark 1 conveyor belts out. And what do we output here? 30 per minute, so conveyor belt Mark 1 there. And then 2. So in total you're only putting out 120 all the way down here, so the same thing on this side. Mark 1 conveyor belts from your machines. Mark 1 conveyor belt there. And there. But after that, it's Mark 2. Each is 30, so 30 is there. 60 when it hits there. 90 when it hits here. 120 when it leaves. So I'm going to bring this all to a merger here. With my Mark II conveyor belts. And a Mark III coming out of here. Okay, so merger line for the steel, same thing. I'm going to send it roughly, I'm going to send it in this direction. So it's all kind of in the same, headed to the same area. I think the constructor room is probably going to be right here. So actually, maybe we'll send these ones to the right. Because the constructors on this side will all be making, we need 14 wire and 7.5 Or 8, I need 8 making pipe. So we'll do the 8 pipe over here, and then we'll do the copper over here. So we'll send it actually down this way. Oops. So we'll grab our mergers. Make sure the input is facing away from me. And then this one, I'm just going to face forward. Or to the left, I guess. Mark 1 belts coming out of the foundry, or smelters. Oops, that's not in the right spot. Neither is that one. I must have been clipping them to the front. So there we go. Mark 1 conveyor belt there. What do we output? 45. So we can go Mark 1 to here. Or it combines into 90, so we have to be Mark 2. It'll be 135, so it'll be Mark 3. It'll still be Mark 3 because it's 180. And then 225, yeah. This is 45 and no 45, so 225. So Mark 3 conveyor belt at the very end. Click. There we go. Okay, so now I'm going to put them underground. This is where I'm going to try and be all cool and fancy. So I'm going to have a conveyor hole there. Oops. I'll try and get this into a good spot. Conveyor hole there. With a conveyor lift Mark 3, and I want it reversed. I mean, that's an invalid shape. Excuse me? Is it too close? Or is it because I'm trying to bend it? I guess I just won't bend it. It's not a big deal. It's not that it doesn't line up properly. More matters is that the belt actually connects in. So there we go. That's going to go downstairs. And so is this one. This one actually worked out nicely. So this is going to also be a conveyor lift Mark 3 in reverse. That in there. So now I'm going to finish filling in this floor. Get up there really quick. Okay, so I'm going to put up some walls to show that like that's like the end of the room. Just so I have a reference for myself. I'll change them later. Just add some basic walls here. I'm going to leave enough room that we can kind of move around the factory. So we'll go like this. And then I want to leave the hallway. The hallway only needs to be... This isn't going to be a huge factory, so I think to make sense like size-wise, I think just one wide for hallway will be our best bet. So I'm going to fill in a bunch of this concrete here, and then I'll kind of finish putting together the hallway. Okay, so really quick, there we go. I just filled in a little bit more of the concrete. That's going to be where the hallway is going to be, I suppose. And this will be the actual smelting room itself. I just kind of wanted to give myself a good perimeter, so I knew what I was working off of. And then we'll worry about actually hooking up all the inputs and everything in a few minutes. But now we can actually get started on the constructor room, and this is going to be 22 total constructors. But we're going to split it up, 8 pipe on this side, so we're going to do a 4 and 4 split, I think. And then we'll do the 14 wire over on that side. So leaving ourselves a little bit of a gap so we can move around. This is where I'm going to want the output to be. So I'm going to come back to this one. This is where I'll start putting in the constructors. Make sure facing away from me. Lock one in there. 2, 3, 4. I'm going to spin around and do the same on this side. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And steel pipe for everybody. And then 2 of these, because I need to lose 50%, I'm going to downclock 2 of these by 75%. First 2. 15 per minute. So we're going to add our splitters. Make sure the input is coming from where I'm currently standing. Now, there's obviously so many ways you could do this layout, but I think as long as we get the general idea right, then it should be pretty easy to follow along if anyone needs to know how to build motors for the first time. So we need 30 per minute. We're going to be moving a Mark III conveyor belt down the line here. I mean, 30 per, you know what I mean. You guys know what I'm trying to say. Okay, so here I'm going to do conveyor hole. The Mark III conveyor belt lift in default mode, feeding through there. And then we'll build like a walkway over top here just so we can kind of maneuver around. So that'll be all our pipes. So we can set up our merger lines. I'm going to send them all. I want to send everything over off in that direction because I think the assembler room is going to be off the front there. Perfect. I feel like this is the first time we've been building a factory that's not just a fully flat, almost factorial layout. This feels kind of nice. So 20 per minute. That's 20. That's actually, I mean, we'll just call it. So 20, 40, 60. So it's conveyor belt Mark 1 until you reach the very end. I think. I know a lot of people who don't worry about doing this. They just slam in the highest belt they have, but I like to make it nice and give it a nice smooth flow when you can. So then we're going to pop a merger here in the front. Is that conveyor? Is that Mark 1? 20? No, Mark 2. Mark 2 when you come out of here. Because, yeah, it's going to be 225 total, I believe. $60, $120. $150. Okay, it's $150 actually, but it's, yeah, so still a Mark II belt. No, Mark III belt. It's just above Mark II. I do quick calculations in my head there. Okay, so that would be all our pipes done. And we can go over here and do the constructors for the wire. Sorry, I had a big brain fart there. So you know what? I'm actually going to split this into 2 rooms. So you get the hallway going right down the middle. Let's go like that. Wait for the autosave to finish. We'll say this will be the other room on this side. So this is 14 wires. We're going to do a split of 7 and 7 here, I believe. Might do it lengthwise. So where's my input going to come from? Got to come from wherever, to be honest. Let's have the input. Could have the outputs coming from go along here. Yeah, let's do it that way. Otherwise, I'm going to end up, I think, trimming off or wasting a lot of room. So what I'll do is we'll grab our production constructors. I'm going to do it like that. So I need 7 of those in a row. How many is that? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Need more room. Six and 7. And then obviously we need room to be able to, oh, not do that. There we go. Save myself. Okay. So we're gonna go that. And then I have to do another 7 on the other side. Three, 4, 5, 6, and 7. I suppose really the output can kind of go, maybe I might bring the output over here. What's furthest away? Probably that way. So I think I'll do it. Oh yeah, I'll send it over here. So here's where we're going to do the input. And then we're going to set up all our splitters. Sometimes I kind of wish you could control the music. I mean, I guess you can with the boombox, sort of. But I really like the original soundtrack in this game. So Mark 1 conveyor belts feeding all your machines. I feel like it's usually Mark 1 conveyor belts feeding machines unless you're doing like a lot of times you're feeding things that need screws. They take like a couple hundred screws at a time. But I don't know if you guys have noticed, I'm actually slowly working towards just fully eliminating screws from our entire factory needs. So these are all wire. And at 30 per minute, 30 times 14, that's 420. That means Mark 4 conveyor belts. Sorry, I said that right. It's Mark 3 conveyor. I was thinking the output is going to be really high, but it's Mark 3 conveyor belts all the way along. Sorry. I didn't mean to confuse anybody there. And then if we go to logistics, Mark 3 conveyor belt here, the default lift, conveyor belt feeding there. And that should be all the copper wire dealt with. Like I said, we'll do all the connecting parts afterwards. I just want to get the main lines all set up here. So I think for here as well, we'll get the mergers all set up for this line. I'm gonna send them all. I guess we'll have to send them this way, because I kind of used all the space over there for the input. So I'm gonna do mergers facing towards my rock arch here. I feel like this is actually going to end up looking pretty cool, and I really hope it does. Hope I can finally give you guys some cool buildings to look at. So you're going to feed Mark 1 conveyor belts coming out of all your machines. And then remembering that we get 30 wire per minute, that means every merger represents 30. So we can go Mark 1 conveyor belt to this one. Hello. And then it's going to be 60. So it can be a Mark 1 conveyor belt still. And it's going to be 90. So this is where we switch to Mark 2. Where we hit a 120. So still Mark 2. Then we go up to Mark 3 because we're going to hit 150. 180. And 210. So that's where I can still use the 3s. But when we merge with the rest of the line, that's where it's going to be Mark 2. Or Mark 4, I mean. Got them all over the place today. So what I'll do is I'll put the merger here for them all to connect to. Continue the merger on this, the merger line over here. Oops. And then hopefully you guys can let me know down below in the comments how you like. I believe I'm gonna have to split this video up, so let me know how you like the format of splitting things up, just further making them easier to follow along. And I really appreciate you guys are always so nice down in the comments, giving me so many compliments and giving me very helpful tips that have made a big game changer for me. Has been able to have you guys help me out as we go along. Okay, so Mark 1, 60, 90, 120, 150, 180. You know it. I know it. Numbers are there. They work. I just hope this whole factory doesn't look really stupid. Okay, so this is going to be where we send things down. So this has to be a Mark 4 conveyor belt lift in reverse. Mark 4 conveyor belt feeding into it. Put in walls for now, knowing that we're going to change how things look when we get to the cosmetics portion. But just so I have an actual idea of how we're going to do this. And yes, I think what I'll do is I'll either have a... Actually, I guess I gotta have a door here, and then I'll just do like a stairway up. So this one can actually be door. Worry about the other doors after. Okay, so now that we've got the smelting room and the wire and pipe rooms, because those changed. Now we're going to be doing the stator rotor room, which is a room simply filled with 12 assemblers, 6 doing rotors and 6 doing stators. That should actually be a pretty easy one to do, so. Let me fill in some more concrete as we realizing this is taking up more room than I thought it would. And then we'll go from there. Yeah, I think this is actually looking pretty cool so far. It's very plain and basic. And I definitely left myself a lot more space to move around in this room. Oh, I guess not, because I still have to do the input lines for some of these. And I definitely left myself some extra room here. Could have knocked off like a good block around the outside there. I may still do that at some point. I'm just kind of trying to plan out where I'm going to put this stator rotor room. So I kind of walled in the 2 wire and pipe rooms, kind of give myself an idea of what we're working with. And so I think I want to have it kind of on this side, and then that way I can either build the ones that, like the motor room can either be right here, or it can be up a floor and right here. So I think if I did the assemblers here, like in this general area, yeah, I think that'll work the best. Let's do that. So I'm gonna give myself a little bit more concrete room here, because I do need to fit 12 assemblers. I'm just kind of flying right now, so I have a better idea of where I'm going to go from here. Get this guy out of here before he gets stuck. Oops. I don't know how I did that, but... There we go. I'm going to get him out of here. Get out of here. Run away. Go somewhere else. Okay, so he flies right through here, so we don't want to go too crazy high. Because you definitely don't want to block the moth flight path. There we go. And kind of look like I built into the side of the mountain. So how am I going to set up 12 assemblers? Okay, I think the best plan would be have the outputs come down, like, or sorry, like we'll send everything we need from over here. So we'll send it in a line down the middle, and then down the outside there can be where it comes together. So if I went like from there, so we need 6, right? That's 4, 5, and 6. And then theoretically, I have enough space here. Is this in the right spot? Should be there. No. Should be right there. Okay. 1, 2. That was really close. 3, 4, 5, 6. Like, so close. But I don't mind adding in a little bit of like natural elements into the build at some point, so. Okay, now the real question is this enough room to feed everybody? And the answer, I think, is yes. So it would be 1 splitter down below along the first line here, and this would be, say, the wire, and then the other output could come from here, and I would go stacked hopefully hopefully this will make sense. So if I stack them like this, be very careful. Here we go. So if I feed this one from, I don't know, this might be like a not valid shape. So we'll say this one, that's the Mark III. Let me grab the lift. Oh, it snapped right in. Oh, it's perfect. Okay, I'm doing this. So I'm going to connect my Mark III conveyor belts all the way down on the upper splitters. And then Mark IV all the way down on these ones. Wait, did I face this I faced this the wrong way, I think. Yeah. Gotta fix the bottom ones. There we go. I want the input coming from over here. And then Mark IV conveyor belts all the way along. That one got put in the wrong spot, which means so did these ones. I bet you sometimes people are watching that just being like, haha. I saw it and you didn't. Okay, one day I'll learn. Okay, so conveyor belt, lift, Mark IV here in the default. And then I should just be able to do like that. Are they actually clipped in together, or should I like move it? I move it forward. No, it's fine. Because I think if I went from machine to this, it would take this part and put it down here. Like, yeah. But either way, they're still clipping together. Or they're still like connecting together. I'll do it from above. So Mark I conveyor belts, or conveyor belt lifts on either side, feeding down into your machines. Had I have known it was going to be this tight, yeah, I would have just shifted the assembler to that line right there. Now we know for next time. Need some place to actually put our connectors in here. So mergers, I'm obviously going to send this way. We'll send them down the line just like that. Mark I conveyor belts coming out from them. This should make sense, I believe. The Mark I conveyor belts from all your splitters into your assembler inputs. And so pipes are going to come from here, and copper wire is going to come from here. So we'll do rotors on this side. It's 5 per minute, so that's nice and easy. Steel rotor to the rescue. Also means nothing but Mark 1 conveyor belts all the way down. I'm going to send these into a merger and then down a conveyor hole for, or up, either or, whichever one we end up doing. Knowing the moth flies through here, I may just keep this all on the same floor. In fact, I think I probably should. I think it'd be safer that way. So what we'll do is we'll add conveyor hole here. Oh, I guess technically we need 2. Because one would be for our stators and one would be for the rotors. Oops. So we'll do the stators on this side. I don't know if that's set with the autosave. I think it did. Let's see. Yeah, he's flying through right now. Yeah, so it'd be real close if I was to like build at any sort of height here. So we'll just do it all on one floor. That's not a big deal. Oops. So now we're going to do mergers all the way along here. Like I said, sending everything off to the right. These will also be Mark 1 conveyor belts all the way along. Oops. And then Mark 1 conveyor belt lifts in reverse. Feed these into. That feeds in just like that. We turn that this way. Here we go. Yeah, this actually looks a little bit cooler than I thought it would. Than I even thought it would. Okay, so we'll just put some walls in here just for now. So we have a good idea of where things are going to go. Okay, so this is going to be the motor room. So stator rotor room is finished. We still have all the power and everything to do, but I feel like we're making pretty good time so far. I think my main goal for at least this episode is get it all hooked up and working, and then next episode we can make it look real pretty. And do any sort of troubleshooting we're going to need. Oh, and set up the truck line too. Have to figure out how the truck station is going to go on here. I have to kind of put it on the side, I think. So this is 3 assemblers for the motors. Nice and easy. We could realistically just go like 1, 2, and 3, right? Although I probably should have centered that better. Let's start off like, let's start off from the center one here. We got 1, 2, and 3. There we go, that's better. Okay, so for these, obviously you need 2 conveyor lifts in. And what I'll do like 1 here. And 1 here. Never mind. That's really a little far back. Let's go. Like that. And like that. There we go. I like that better. So just your little Mark 1 conveyor belt lifts. Not in reverse. Just going to feed a splitter line here. And then we're going to do a triple stack of splitters. A Mark 1 lift. Get that to line up properly. Like that. With Mark 1 conveyor belts. And then... oh no, I did this way too close. I forgot about that. Because I like to do my lifts down to it. I think these actually need to just be shifted. Can they go there? Oh, whoops. It's faced the wrong way. Like, what if I just shifted it back to there? Let me grab the Mark 1 lift. I think this has to be... oh, that should work now, yeah. I'll have to reconnect that. So yeah, those can stay... those can stay where they were. These need to move to in line with these. And I can do the Mark 1 conveyor belts in. Mark 1 conveyor belts across. So now these should clip in perfectly. And these will all be motors. 5, 10, 15 motors per minute. Look at that. Magical. So now I can send that into a merger. I'll just send out the front here. And then that'll feed into a storage and a truck line up the front. Let's just say we build that all the way over. Because I'm going to fill this in as well. And then I'll probably have to give myself a little bit more room off the front. Oh, maybe not. Although I think I'm okay if I give myself one more off the front. Take those out. Walls. Sip of coffee. And then yeah, these are definitely gonna have to go down, so we'll grab that a little conveyor hole. Conveyor lift reversed. And that'll be that can be our output. And we'll build like just a little, actually yeah, we can build like a little truck station around the front here. I think that'll work out. Okay. So now we're gonna add, everybody gets a door. Actually, yeah, this makes sense. Like that. This one I'll give 2 doors. Like if they can get 2 doors, I mean, it makes sense. Why not? And then, I mean, just because, you know, if you had any like issues or anything, you need to go from room to room. We still have no entrance into Smelting Room. I'll put one there. I'll just put one down here. Can this guy leave my factory? No, he's gonna come back this way. I built a maze for him to run through. Look at that. I'll have to figure out how to get him out of here. Okay, so now we actually have to worry about bringing in the rest of this stuff. So here's where I'm going to need some more splitter lines. And actually, I mean... Oh, you know what I could do? Is I have this little extra floor here. I think I'm going to cheat. And I'll do... conveyor lifts from below. Yeah, I was gonna say, I think I can get them closer than that. Even closer, apparently. Okay, damn, didn't think so. It's like right inside it, basically. So that's gonna be the iron from down below. There we go, that's all snapped in. Yeah, I feel like maybe that could have been one further back, but that's fine. It's snapped in at least. So now what we're going to do, I'm going to grab the splitter line. This is going to be for the coal. Mark 1 conveyor belts feeding those. And it's 225, so it's a Mark 3 conveyor belt down. And then this can actually become... Oh, right, I could have just replaced it. gonna become a conveyor hole wall. Feeding directly in there. Perfect. Oh, it's no. Oh, I thought it was like right at the. That's okay. It's a 1 meter height difference. That's what ramps are for. Guess I don't really need this one anymore since I'm just flying now. It's okay. You get to a certain point, you're like, oh, I'll just fly. It's fine. Okay, so giving a quick little recap for anyone who's following along so far. We have our 5 smelters for steel. We have our 8 constructors for copper wire. Feeding into the... Or, sorry, it's the smelters for the copper. And then which feeds 14 constructors for copper wire. 8 constructors for steel pipes. Which all feeds over to the biggest room that we have, which is the assembler room for the stators and the rotors. And then those feed over to the little room for the motors. It's perfect. Give myself a little bit of extra moving around space in case I need to walk around and check things out. We got the hallway going down the middle. We got Bob hanging out over here. Okay, so for this one, I was going to have a thing out off the side here, but I'm actually not going to do that. This one, I think I'm also going to feed in from below. Just to, again, make it a little bit easier on myself. This has to be a Mark III lift. There we go. So now, Mark III lift from here. So that is for copper. This one over here, need to set up a couple. These are the Mark I lifts, right? Yeah. So let's put in, let's see if I can get this right. Let's put in my splitters. I missed completely. Okay, I'm more just curious if this actually like lines up. It does, okay. I'm going to feed them all in from the backside. There we go. And then, so this is also 225. So we got a Mark III belt going all the way down. All right, I had a little recording mishap. I don't know what happened there. But yeah, so all I did was I added the conveyor belt line from the minor Mark II over here. You only need the one, and we're gonna overclock it. So I just brought it up the side here. I do have a merger there just in case we ever need to involve this. I mean, if you don't want to overclock this one, you could just do 2 and mix them together. But I'm just going to go ahead and overclock this one. Now, what we're going to do... Oh, right. I also did the copper line over here as well. It's being fed in up underneath now. So once that's hooked up to electricity, that'll feed our copper ingots. So now the only one I still have to add is take out this storage container. And I'm going to add the Mark III conveyor belt line for the hole. Which I'm just going to end up moving the splitter, I think, to the corner here. And then now I need to hook up the bottom portions of everything in this gross underground area. So this is the copper ingots. Figure out where these need to go. I believe it's over here, right? No, that's an output. Need to go over here. Okay. So from there to there. So we're going to go... What were these? Conveyor lift Mark III. So put it in reverse. Bring it down. And then go over here. And then we'll connect these together with the Mark III conveyor belt. Oops. And talk about your extra space down here. Look at all this room for activities. Just better not touch my drum set. Okay, so now we're going to connect the output here. Which is all our copper wire. It's actually going to feed over here. Totally forgot about this. So this is copper wire. I believe this is the Mark IV. So we go to logistics, Mark IV, in reverse, down to there. Grab the same thing from over here. It'll fix itself. It's actually going to default. Mark IV conveyor belt. I don't know why it's not, I believe it's right there, so. Conveyor belt's too long. There we go. So that is all the copper wire being transferred over there. So that's connected. That's being fed. It feeds into there. Connected to there. This is where we could really mess up our connections, but just gonna make sure we pay attention. Actually, no problem. I would say that this definitely qualifies as our first like medium sized project. Everything else has been small and beginner. I mean, this is still pretty beginner friendly, but okay. So now I need to figure out how do I do this. So this hole right here, I believe, yes, is supposed to be the input of pipes. So we're going to run what I believe it's conveyor lift Mark III. Thought so. We're going to grab it, bring it down like that. Find the pipe hole, which I believe is that one right there. No, that's the input for pipe, output for pipes right here. It doesn't have to go far at all. Okay, that's good. We'll grab a conveyor belt Mark III. Oh, it's just too long. Oh, and I'm missing steel beams. Okay. Well, fun fact, we're super close to everything we need to be close to, so. Okay, there we go. Mark III conveyor belt, connecting those. So that's the pipes. So now it should be... Oh yeah, I gotta connect the input for the pipes, which is the steel right here, which is Mark 3 again. It's going over there. So we're going to go I had to sneeze. Like that. Oh, that's a Mark 3 conveyor belt. That's all I need here. So that's all our pipes connected. Now it should just be connecting these two to these two. So one goes this way. The other goes this way. That one goes there. That one goes there. So, Mark 1 conveyor belt. Another Mark 1 conveyor belt. And then, I mean, we can bring the lift down. To a conveyor hole. And that will be completed. Oh my god, we actually did it. Oh no, now he's walled in. Let's gotta give you some freedom. This is the one time I'm gonna save you instead of blowing you up. Now get out of here. Get out of here before I change my mind. Wrong way. Give him a little prod. I think he's stuck. He'll figure it out. Okay, now that should be everybody connected. So now we're just going to need to hook up all the crazy amount of power for all the machines here. And then we're also going to need to hook up the machines over here to power. So I'm going to go grab the power shards that I forgot really quick because we need to be able to overclock these two. And I think I need to overclock this one a little bit as well. Because I forget exactly how much coal this is taking. This is taking 243. No, that can't be right. It's on a Mark 3 belt. Okay, this one's actually down a little bit more. Okay, so I must have this at 240. Just split up in a really weird way. Yeah, because this is doing it. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. So I can add the 225 to here as well. Yeah, we just need more power shards. Okay, so a couple power shards, and we'll get our machines fired up and hooked up. Actually, let's do this really quick. And then Mark 3 conveyor belt going this way as well. Make sure that's filling both up for now. It's not actually, yeah, that's going to cause problems, so let's just disconnect that for a minute. Okay, so power shards, and make sure I have enough things for setting up all our power shenanigans. Okay, I got my power shards, so we're gonna go ahead and hit up the pick up some leaves apparently. So we're gonna hit this with 1, 2, and set this to 210 parts per minute. And then we're gonna hit the iron miner, do the same thing. Give it 2. But this is going to be 225 per minute. And then the coal, if I'm already doing 240, need to be doing 465 total. And then we connect Mark III conveyor belt down here. There you go, that should work. Now we need to connect up some power here. I'm gonna run these guys over here just for this one. That should get the iron coming in. Can I pull power from over here for my copper? I can. Okay. I'll bring this over. Hook you in there. Okay, should start sending out our copper. There we go. I was like, I don't know what's happening, but eventually it'll start. Okay, so that's all our inputs coming in. I'm definitely gonna want some doors going in down here so I can check on things. Oops. There's a lot of excess walls I just built. Okay, so now I'm going to go through, hook up all our power lines. I'll probably just do this as a quick little montage because this is just going to be placing power lines and hooking them all together. But that, I think... Oh yeah, I think the one thing I maybe want to do for sending power from room to room is get the wall outlets. So if I just go, and if I build an awesome shop really quick, I don't have the screws for it. So I'm going to run back and I'm going to grab the wall power outlets, just so it's easier to send power from room to room. And then I'll start the montage. Okay, so I believe I have everybody hooked up to power now. The only thing I didn't do is, or I disconnected all the machines from the actual smelters because I want the smelters to fire up first, obviously. So let's go ahead and connect ourselves up. I got a temporary power line here. Let's go ahead and connect our smelting rooms. Who's not? Oh, I didn't set everybody, that's why. That would make sense. And oh, I didn't connect these ones up to the power either. Okay. There we go. Problem solved. Oh, I see copper flowing in. Excellent. That's what we wanted to see. We'll get copper flowing down the line here. I apparently also didn't set any of these to do wire. Don't forget to set your machines, everybody. I only did some, like, down towards the end. Make it up as I went along. And then this should be getting steel ingots for pipes, hopefully. No? I don't see any steel yet. There's no iron ore. Why don't we have any iron ore? That's why. Because I didn't connect it. Conveyor belt Mark III. I was like, wait a second. There we go. Now it's being fed properly. This is why you just need a nice little huge open floor to check in on from time to time. Okay, everything else is flowing in properly now. I see steel ingots on the move. They should feed fairly quickly, I think. And that coal came in real fast. They're already full. Oh, it was probably stealing a bit extra from this line. Everybody okay over here still? Oh yeah, we're good. That's funny, he looks like a little bear now. Okay, we've got copper ingots feeding out and over. That's what I like to see. So we can hook up these machines now, I think. Just temporarily. I did skip going back for the wall outlets for now. As you can see, I just kind of temporarily connect them together. I'll worry about that part when we come back to actually build the rest of the factory. Oh, right. I forgot. Doing that actually kicks on everybody. So now everybody's on. What's this one? Didn't pick what I was supposed to do. That's why. If it's red, it means I probably didn't choose what I was supposed to do. So these are all going to feed. This is the copper wire room. Which looks like it's feeding out nicely. Into over here. Oh man, this is cool. So we got our copper all going, moving around over here. So this is what I like more, I think, compared to doing logistics floors. Well, I mean, I like them both, but like, I think both have a good style to them. For this, you actually get to see more of what's going on. And it looks a lot more like, it's like, oh yeah, look at all those Look at all those items flowing out of here. Instead of sending all your items and hiding them all down in the basement, where if you wanted to see them, you'd have to come down here. I like having the option of both, where I can see, you know, all the action going on, and then, you know, also have a bit of a logistics floor just to keep things, you know, a little bit cleaner. But yeah, this looks great. I see steel pipes flowing in from overhead. Excellent. Oh my god, it's working. We have... Oh, there's our first rotor. We have any stators yet? Oh, I see a stator. And ever so slowly, we'll have a motor. And then down here is going to be the truck station. Let's just fill some more of this in. So that this way we can just send the motors away. Make it seem like this is where the factory is. And then we'll put a wall. Or we'll put a wall. We'll put a door. That's what I meant to say there. For being able to get in underneath. I want to see the first motor happen. Who's gonna get it? Oh, I think because of the way it's split, it's not gonna work the way I think it will. I mean, I got a bunch of extra rotors. There you go. Have some rotors. Take my rotors. I don't have any stators, unfortunately, but... hopefully that'll mean... Oh, we need one more stator in here. And it's on its way. It's gonna take so long for this factory to actually balance itself out. The main things you want to see backed up first is these. Because once these are all backed up, like once these are at 100% efficiency, at least you know they're feeding these at 100% efficiency. Because these can't balance out until this balances out. That's kind of the one trade-off when you're doing, when you don't do load balancing. And you just do it in more of a, whatever it's called, manifold system. But it looks like we're getting there. You could help it by like boosting everybody like to their maximum, like on your belts to start it off with, but I'll say it's not a big deal. Yeah, you'll see things kind of bouncing around for a while, but eventually it will balance out. I just realized I actually don't even have anywhere. This isn't even going anywhere. Not that there's any motors yet, but... throw a little storage on here for now. There we go. That'll be for our... oh! It's making it! Here comes our first motor! Here it comes. Look at it! We don't have to make them again. Yay! No more hand-making motors anymore. It's all automated. Thank God. Because we need lots of motor, like, especially for the amount of, like, refiners use motors. All the vehicles use motors. I haven't even unlocked trains yet. I'm assuming there's motors used in there somewhere. Motors get used a ton. First motor going into storage. There it is. Beautiful. All right, now I feel like we can end the episode off there. We didn't do the truck station. But I mean, I can always just save that for the next episode because I don't quite know how I'm going to do that yet. I only need the one, obviously, so it'll just be a nice quick pick up and be done. Kind of fill that in. And then yeah, I'll figure out how I'm going to lay out or how we're going to actually like build the rest of this factory. It's got a pretty decent shape to it. Like it's not entirely boxy. So I think kind of what we can do is it'll be like all along there, cut in there. Probably put some glass in here somewhere. Maybe on like the front part here and maybe on the side so we can see in, because I don't think we'll be able to see in very much from the other side. I mean, like right here. Ooh, that'll be a nice view actually through the arch there. Yeah, maybe some glass there. Actually, that might be perfect. Take that whole thing out and just put in a nice big glass accent piece. Try and make things look a little prettier. I know my first cosmetics episode last time didn't really go the best, but it'll be a progressive learning experience. What? Okay. Well, just nuzzle yourself in there, whatever the word is. This is really cool to see though. Now we got a room just making pipes. We got our smelting room, pumping out those copper ingots. We got over here pumping out the steel ingots. I definitely made this room a little bit bigger than I needed to, but that's okay. I think I could have laid that out a little better. We got our big room making nothing but copper wire. These two were supposed to go together, but it ended up being, I think it ended up being nicer that they're split apart. There is no door into this room right now except for that one over there. So let's do, kind of like having the doors near each other, so actually, yeah, here, let's do it right at the end of the hallway here with a middle. Right there. Now there's technically two doors in here. So one in here and over there, and that's the cross room. I feel like safety-wise, that technically makes sense. So you got two doors coming in here. Two doors coming in here and a door out. Kind of gives you the two doors here and the two. Yeah, okay. Safety first, right? But yeah, I think then the so here, let me grab. I just realized I need some of those rotors back actually. Oops. Let me build the truck station really quick. So that would basically be it, where it's sort of just like a handoff situation. The motor's in here for storage. So that's definitely not where it's gonna specifically go, but yeah, really all it's gonna be is I'll send a truck. And actually, you know, it doesn't even need to be a truck. I think it could be a tractor, because it's gonna be picking up so few at a time. We're only making 15. Well, like once this actually is up and running, we're only putting out about 15 per minute. So I think it could easily just be a tractor coming to get this stuff. So I think that's what we'll do instead. We'll do a truck station. And then I don't have to worry about building like a whole road system and everything out here. I mean, like I could. I didn't really leave any good spots to split off to this spot over here, which was probably not my best decision. I think ultimately I was thinking that I was going to come out with a road over here, which, you know, eventually I will, but obviously that goes not to where I need it. So we'll figure it out. I don't really have a spot for it to go, like to deliver it to yet anyway. So we'll have to figure that out in the next one as well. So I'm not going to cross off truck station because I feel like that doesn't count. but I'm also just going to kind of save that for the next one once we get this set up, so I know what the aesthetics are going to look like, and maybe drop the truck station down a little bit. So yeah, I think that is going to be a good place to end this episode. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me for another big build. Like I said, let me know how you feel about breaking the bigger episode or the bigger projects up into multiple episodes. Hopefully they're a little bit easier for people to follow along. I know we're definitely getting into the part where I find I definitely needed some more helpful guides. So motors, heavy modular frames, computers are all coming up next. I think we'll do the computers next. The computers is going to be a little bit easier because we have the alternate recipes. We're going to be using the Caterium circuit boards and the Caterium computers, so that all we need to make 10 computers per minute is oil and Caterium. 330 oil and 348 Caterium is going to give me 10 computers per minute, and it's going to be great. I think it's 11 refineries, 10 constructors, 8 smelters, 8 assemblers, 3 manufacturers. So actually it's a couple more things than that, because there's the byproduct. I need to make some of it into there's residual oil that comes out, needs to be turned into coke and sunk. But like I said, that's going to be it for me for today. I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you so much once again. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Maybe check out the Patreon if you can. Certainly don't have to, but other than that, I'll see you guys in the next episode.